Yes, ma'am.
All right. So today we are going to be starting a new topic or a new chapter, that is how do organisms reproduce. Okay. Now, everybody knows what reproduction is, isn't it?
Yes,
What is
ma'am.
reproduction? Tell me, what is reproduction?
Generation,
See, reproduction is the process through which an individual will make the exact copy of themselves, isn't it? Making a progeny, right? Offspring. So,
yes, ma'am.
yes, reproduction is there for the continuation of our lives, isn't it? When one organism dies, its kids are there so that the generation is carried on, isn't it? So that is the meaning which says that reproduction is the process through which one organism creates its offspring. Offspring means children, okay? Now see.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now see, this reproduction. Okay, reproduction. First, you write down the definition of reproduction. Okay, before like starting anything, let's just give the definition. Okay, now you write down the process. Reproduction refers to. Write down. Reproduction refers to it refers to the production of offspring. Okay, the production of offspring is known as reproduction. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
or you can write it as the process. This is another way by which you can write. So the process of producing,
New organism of their own kind.
yes, producing new, you can write organisms also, or you can write individuals also. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Okay,
Yes.
ma'am.
So producing new individuals of the same kind is known as reproduction. Okay? So that is reproduction. Is it clear to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Now see, there are two ways by which the organisms would reproduce. Okay, there are two ways. So you can uh, write down reproduction.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine, ma'am. Thank you. How are you?
I'm also good. Okay, so quickly take out your notebook and start noting what I've.
Okay, ma'am. Just one
Yes.
minute.
Yes. The next line says that reproduction is of two types. Okay, there is two types of reproduction. Okay. Does anybody have any idea what are the two types?
Sexual and asexual.
Very good. Sexual and asexual reproduction are the two types of reproduction. Abdullah, just inform me when you're done writing, okay? Then I'll move forward.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. I'll tell you just 1 minute. I'm going to start. This is from the start, right, ma'am?
Yes, yes. This is all that I have taught up till now.
Okay, okay.
Also, apart from that, everybody come on, quickly switch on your video so that I can see your faces. Okay? I'm also switching on my video. You also switch on your video. Let's see everybody's faces. Come on, quick, switch on your videos. Who's ever comfortable in switching on your videos, kindly do so that I can see. Okay, I've got one phase. I've got another phase. All right, very good.
Ma'am, you can scroll down.
All right. So reproduction is of two types. The first type is asexual reproduction, and the second type is sexual reproduction. Okay, but before moving on to this topic, let us talk quickly about what is variation. Okay, by the name, what do you think variation is? The term variation.
Is it like characters and all?
Yeah, variation is like varying. It varies.
Yeah.
Like how our
Ma'am,
observations
variation
vary.
means difference in like a particular species.
The distance.
No, difference like
Difference.
yeah,
Mhm.
like a chance of difference of genes and like a genetic character.
Yeah, like from parents we got some characters. So
Yeah, see, basically during the process of reproduction, the offsprings are supposed to inherit all the characters from their parents, right? But in some cases, what happens? Some new characters are introduced in the offspring. Okay, some new characters are introduced, and those characters, they bring a different change in that organism. So that is variation. Okay, and it is very important from the point of view of evolution. Okay, and also for the survival. Okay, so population of organisms fill well-defined places or niches in the ecosystem, right? Like everywhere, certain types of organisms are present, isn't it? So they are present in certain, you can say, different geographical areas or different parts of the ecosystem, and they have their own ability to reproduce, isn't it? Every organism is unique on its own way, isn't it? Yes. So what happens? Like, what is the basic mechanism of reproduction? What is that one basic step that happens? Can somebody tell me? What is the most basic thing that happens during reproduction? Tell me.
but ma'am, could you please repeat your question?
My question is that what is the most basic thing that happens during the process of reproduction? Like, without this, no reproduction can ever take place.
Ma'am, formation of zygote.
Yeah.
Okay, but before that, like I'm asking you
Like,
the basic, go to the level 0 and answer.
okay, so
Gamete.
yeah.
Gamete formation.
Is it like DNA something like related to that?
DNA copying? Yeah, DNA copying.
It is the copying of DNA, or you can say the DNA replication. Okay.
Yeah.
This process is extremely important, and this is like one of the most basic thing there is to reproduction. Okay. Yes, Abdullah, you
Okay,
also
ma'am.
turn on your video so that I can see your face. It's nice when I have faces to see when somebody is speaking. Or else I'll be like wondering, okay, who said that? Who said that?
Okay, ma'am, that's fine.
Okay. So what happens during the process of reproduction? The DNA replication or the DNA copying takes place. Okay. And this is very important for the maintenance of body design features and basically different organisms and the way the organisms inherit whatever there is to inherit from their parents. It allows them to live in a particular area in the world. Okay. So you can say that the process of reproduction is linked to the stability of population of species, isn't it? It means that if the reproduction is taking place in a population, it means that population is sort of, maintained or sometimes increasing also. But if the reproduction process stops, then the population will start declining. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So that is why reproduction is linked to the stability of a species population. Okay. Do you know what is niche?
Niche.
Yes, Niches, niches or niche. What is niche?
Niche country for
Ma'am, a
appreciation.
comfortable or suitable place, something.
Yes.
An
Niche,
organism have in the like
see,
something
niche
like
is
that, ma'am.
basic. Yes, yes. Niche is that area wherein the organism lives. Okay. If I live here, then this is my niche. Okay. Same way, if,
Yeah.
yes. For example, if there is a deer, okay, a deer requires a lot of grass to eat. So a deer would live in a grass, a like well vegetative area. So that is the niche of the deer. Got it? Yes. Now see, the niches can change beyond the control of the organism. Why? Because there are so many interruptions with the environment, right? Like we cut down trees, because of that there is global warming, because of that the temperatures can rise up or down. So with that being said, the niche can change according to the environmental condition. For example, they have also mentioned one example that a meteor hits. Okay, a meteor is hitting the particular niche. So obviously that niche will get destroyed, isn't it? If a meteor hits it. So we can say that the niche is not completely fixed. It is, yes, of course, the area wherein the organism thrives, but it is not fixed because, the whole world is varying, right? Temperature might change, different climatic conditions might change. Got it? But for example, if the temperature, like for example, if there is a certain population of species that is living in one land, okay, they are used to normal temperature. Okay, now what happened in some of those individuals of the population, some variation arise that 1 to 2 individuals, they can withstand high temperature. So now, when if due to some unforeseeable reasons, the temperature of that area would increase or temperature of Earth would increase, then all of the other members of the population will die, isn't it? But the one that had variation, it will survive. Why? Because now it can withstand the high temperature. You're getting my point, what I'm trying to say? Everybody is getting what I'm trying to say?
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
could you please explain it again about that population one?
See, what I want to say by that is, for example, there is a land. Okay, the land has some like a proper population over there. Okay, a reproducing normal population. Now everybody in that land is used to cool temperature. Okay, now but amongst those individuals, some had variations in them, introduction of new characters, due to which some of those individuals now are able to withstand high temperature. Okay, now for example, if the temperature of the earth rises up, okay, then those population, like the people in the population that were not used to high temperature, they will die.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, but the ones that had the variation in them, now they can withstand the high temperature.
Yes, ma'am.
Now when these organisms will reproduce, the offspring will also have the withstand, it has the property to withstand the high temperature,
Yes, ma'am.
isn't it? So
Yes,
now
ma'am.
they have evolved in that way. Okay, so we can here see that variation is one sort, you can say, useful for the survival, isn't it? Like how the temperature when it
Yes,
rose
ma'am.
up, yes, when the temperature rose up, then the organisms survived because they were able to withstand it. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So everybody, the term variation is clear to every single one here?
Yes.
Yes. So
Yes, ma'am.
you write a small definition of variation. Okay, you write down that variation, it refers to the introduction of new character in an offspring or population. Okay. So that is variation. And now you know that variation is extremely useful for survival of the species over the time due to changing, you can say, weather conditions or the environmental conditions. Is it clear? Do you people have any
Yes,
doubts up
ma'am.
till now?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Now, let's go back to the reproduction topic and talk about the asexual reproduction. Okay, that is our topic for today. That is asexual reproduction. Now, can somebody tell me what is asexual reproduction?
Ma'am, it depends
The
on
type of the type of reproduction not involving like both male and female gametes.
In the process of asexual reproduction, only
Ma'am, can I
one
tell?
pair.
Yes, ma'am.
please, yes.
It's one parent required. It's complicated and it's like variations of nee, something was there. Variations are same.
There is no
Yeah.
variation here. Okay,
Oh,
zero
no.
variation is there in the case of asexual reproduction. Okay,
So genetically same or
yes,
same?
clones are formed. Genetically similar offsprings are formed. Okay, see,
Okay, ma'am.
during the process of asexual reproduction, first thing there is to know is that only one parent is responsible for the formation of offspring. Okay, first point. Second point is that it does not involve the fusion of male and female gametes. No
Yes,
fusion
ma'am.
of gametes is there. Why? Because there is only one individual, isn't it? So there is
Yes, ma'am.
no fusion of gametes, and mostly the asexual reproduction, it takes place in the case of lower organisms. Okay, the primitive organisms like bacteria, amoeba, hydra. These
Yes,
organisms are
ma'am.
primitive organisms. Okay, they are not advanced at all. So you write
Ma'am,
down.
also Hydra.
Yes, hydra is a primitive organism.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, you write down.
Ma'am, Hydra does budding and regeneration both, right?
Yes. Yes. You write down asexual reproduction refers to the type of reproduction in which only one
Ma'am, can
parent.
you just give a line for that variation? It refers to the introduction.
It refers to the introduction of new characters.
Of? Okay.
Of new characters.
Okay.
Yes, of new characters in an offspring or population.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now you write down about asexual reproduction. It refers to, what did I make you write? It refers to
Type of reproduction.
where only one parent is involved. Where only one parent is involved in the formation of the offspring. Okay. Then you write down the next line. Here, no gamete formation takes place. Okay. No gamete formation takes place. Okay. And there is no gamete fusion. Obviously, when gametes will not be there, then how will it fuse, right? Gametes rahenge hi nahi, to fusion kahan se? So, no gamete formation takes place, and there is also no gamete fusion here. Okay. Now you write down the offsprings formed, the offsprings produced, you can write the offsprings produced as a result of asexual reproduction, are known as clones. Then the clones genetically and morphologically okay, the clones that are formed, they are genetically and morphologically similar to the parent. Okay, this is what the clones mean. Okay, first you write down, then I'll explain.
Ma'am, if the question comes, differentiate between sexual and asexual. So, do we need to like define the like points or just write the main points?
No, you don't have to define. It depends on what marks question is there. For example, if it is a 3 marks question, then you just write down the points. Okay.
Like
But if,
one parent involved and
yes,
genetically.
first you
same.
write down the definition of both, right?
Okay, ma'am.
Then yes, then you write down the different steps that takes place. And then you can, I'll tell you when I'll teach you the sexual reproduction also. We'll do that topic also. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Is everybody done writing up till now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, there is, okay. Samina and Kiran, you people also speak in the class, okay?
Okay.
Yes, the more interactive the class is, the more it is fun for me to teach, first of all. And secondly, the more you'll also enjoy. Okay. Now see, what is the meaning of genetically and morphologically? What is the meaning of genetic and morphology? That I made you write that the clones are genetically and morphologically similar, isn't it? What is the meaning here? Why is nobody asking me the meaning of these two words? Why is nobody asking me? You people know
Ma'am, genetically we know, but second one,
morphologically you don't know. What is the meaning of genetically? Nobody asked me, huh? Tell me, what is the
ma'am,
meaning
because
of
we're gonna, ma'am, because we're gonna to like explain it. That's why.
Yes, okay. See, genetically is what the organism is from the inside, meaning how the DNA composition is there, okay? The DNA, is it exactly like the parent? So that is genetic. Morphological means the external appearance, okay? Morphology means
Physical.
yes, physical appearance or external appearance, meaning something that you can see with your eyes. Okay, for example, if an organism that, reproduces by asexual reproduction, it, like amoeba. Now you might have seen in the diagrams also, the amoeba that is the offspring amoeba, it looks just like the parent amoeba, right? There is no difference at all, isn't it? But just look at us. We somehow in some way resemble our parents, but are we exact clones of them?
No, ma'am.
No, right?
No.
We are not.
Ma'am, but sometimes twins.
Twins is a whole different story, but twins, they resemble each other, not the parent.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the clones are genetically and morphologically similar to the parent. Okay? Is this clear to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
All of you, Samina, Kiran, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hiba, why are you late today?
Ma'am, I was having internet issues due to rain here, so
Okay.
it was taking time.
All right. Okay. So now we will be discussing about the different types of asexual reproduction. So you give the heading types of asexual reproduction. Now see, if anybody who is writing, if you might have left out some point, ask me to scroll down. I'll wait for you to complete writing. Okay. So don't feel like, okay, yes, you can ask me to stop. I'm here for you people. This is here for you people. Okay. So now we will discuss what are the different types of asexual reproduction or the different methods there is. Okay. So first, let's name them first. Okay. So first is fission. Okay.
Yeah.
Fission is there. Then after that, there is budding. Budding is there. Then there is spore formation.
Co-formation, fragmentation, regeneration, and
Regeneration, vegetative propagation.
Spore
बोल दिया
formation,
पहले ही, सारे बोल दिया
fragmentation. See, as long as you both know, then it's right. पहले किसने बोला, बाद में किसने बोला, कोई दिक्कत नहीं.
मैम
Fragmentation.
competitive
No, it's like, okay, healthy competition. Healthy competition.
healthy,
Okay.
healthy.
Yes. Fragmentation. Then there is regeneration.
And
And again,
vegetative
yes.
propagation.
And then there is vegetative propagation. Again, at the end of this chapter, also we'll do a question answer round. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
You people
Okay,
Ma'am.
ma'am, we'll be ready.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, first we can do that flower reproduction. It's coming in my exam.
Okay. So you want me to do like flower reproduction?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or at the end you can tell me. So that's okay.
Okay. All right. First of all, like everybody has done writing up till this much.
Yes.
Done.
See, like, are there any like apart from Karishma, are there more of you who have tests coming up? Like, is there a certain topic coming in your test or something? Or is it just,
Ma'am, actually it's coming till flower reproduction. That's why. Like all are clear except this.
okay. So is it fine with everybody if I start the sexual reproduction in flowering plants? Then
Yes,
after that, we'll move on to again back to the topic. Is it fine with everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay then. All right. Since it's fine, then let's talk about the sexual reproduction. You people can leave some pages, or else like you can do whatever you want. Like write according to how you want to write. Okay, sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Okay. All right. Do you know what is the other name for flowering plants? They are known as angiosperms. Okay, they are known as angiosperms. All right. So see, everybody has seen a flower.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anybody here who has not seen a flower? No, right? Good. Okay. So in the flower, you might have seen beautiful petals. You might have seen under the petals, you might have seen tiny leaf-like structures. And then if you have looked closely enough, you might have seen long filament-like structures coming out of the flowers.
Yes, ma'am, the sticky one. Sticky.
Yeah, the sticky one. So all of these parts that I just described to you right now, okay, these are the parts of the flowers that are responsible or taking part in the sexual reproduction. Okay. All right. So if we are talking about the sexual reproduction of the flowering plants, we'll have to know two things. Okay. So first is the reproductive unit. Okay, reproductive unit. And then there is the accessory unit. Okay. These are the two units that are present in a flower. Okay. Now, let's talk about the reproductive unit. Okay. So in the reproductive unit, there are two reproductive units. One is the male reproductive unit. Okay. And then there is the female reproductive unit. Okay. Since this is sexual reproduction, we obviously need one male and one female, isn't it? Because this is sexual reproduction, we need both the parents. All right. So there are two reproductive units. One is the male reproductive unit, and then next is the female reproductive. All right. The male reproductive unit is known as androecium. This is for only plants, okay? Don't ever say that the male reproductive unit in humans is known as the androecium. It's just for the plants exclusively. So there is androecium, which is the male reproductive unit, and gynoecium. Okay, gynoecium is there, which is the female reproductive unit. Okay. Now, do you know that how we say that cell is the unit of life? Isn't it?
Yes,
We
ma'am.
say that. So what do we mean by that? Meaning life is such a big thing, and if we take out one part of it, that is your cell. Same thing if we want to talk about the unit of androecium. Okay, so you write down here unit of androecium. Okay, write down unit of androecium is known as the stamen. Okay, it is known as the stamen. Whereas the unit of gynoecium,
Pistil.
it is known as the carpel, or you can call it as the pistil. Okay. So first you'll have to know that if I'm talking about a stamen, then I'm talking about only one unit. Okay. Now just imagine, now try to recall that beautiful flower, whichever you have seen. Has everybody seen here the hibiscus flower? China rose, hibiscus?
Yeah, I did. Yes, ma'am.
Everybody?
Yes.
Okay. So in the hibiscus plant flower, you might have seen that there are so many filaments coming out. Some of them have yellow tips, some of them have red tips. Now you can literally count it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, but if you take one out of all those 5, that one will be a stamen. It will be a single unit, and then again one will be a carpel or a pistil. Got it? Okay. Now, apart from this, let us talk about the accessory units. Now see, reproductive units are those that are, directly involved in the reproduction mechanism. Okay, it is directly involved. But accessory, they are indirectly involved. So in the accessory, you have the petals and you have the sepals. Okay, the petals, they are also known as corolla. Okay, whereas the sepals, they are known as calyx. All right. So the petals, they are, you have seen, they are so brightly colored. They are beautiful looking. They have a purpose. That is why they are that way. Why? Because during the process of pollination, okay, or during the reproduction process, the plant, the flowers require insects. Okay, so that they can transfer. I'll get that, afterwards. But the petals are basically for the attraction of insects. Okay, so that insects can be attracted to the flower. Okay, so but it is not producing any gametes. It is not, fusing any gametes. It's not doing any of that thing, right? It is just calling the insects. It is, looking at, like making it look pretty, isn't it? So they are not directly involved in the sexual reproduction. Rather, they are indirectly involved, isn't it? So that is why they are known as accessory units of the flowering plants. Whereas the reproductive units are the main units that are directly involved. Like in the androecium, male gamete is being formed. What is the male gamete of flower? What is it? Say. Say.
For male, right? Male.
It's a male.
A male, okay, ma'am. Something, it starts from A. Anther, ma'am, anther.
No, anther is not a gamete. I'm asking about the gamete.
Ma'am, gamete is testes, right?
Bro.
Flowers have testes.
Flower.
अच्छा नहीं है.
First of all, testes is not a gamete. It is a reproductive structure which is found in human males.
Yes.
Testes
ma'am,
and
तीनों
flowers.
same है तो yeah, वो तीनों
okay,
same है.
see, do you remember pollen pollen grains.
Yeah.
Pollen grains are the male gametes of the flower. And what is the
अच्छा
female
फ्लावर
gamete?
की पूछ आप फ्लावर की पूछ रहे थे?
मैं फ्लावर
Yes.
पढ़ा रही हूँ तो मैं फ्लावर का ही ना पूछूंगी, मैं अभी ह्यूमन क्यों पूछूंगी
नहीं
आपसे?
मुझे किसी मतलब मेरे को सुनाई दिया आप ह्यूमन का पूछ रहे थे
नहीं. For flower, the
Ma'am,
male gamete is the pollen. What is the female gamete?
female,
flower.
ma'am,
Style, is it style?
style,
Or
style
ovary?
stigma ovary, ma'am. इन तीनों में से कोई एक होगा. Style stigma
Ovary
ovary.
is style. Yeah.
Ovary is style.
Ma'am
Style
मेरा
is
ovary
not.
है.
Yes. The egg basically. Okay. The
Okay.
egg is the
Ma'am,
female gamete.
ma'am,
बोलो.
you'll
Yes.
send you'll send these notes, right?
Are you not noting it down?
No, we are, but like you send, right?
Did you get the previous one?
Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know. There is some issue since like I have been, writing the notes in the same like notebook. The file is same. So there has been like 1,000 pages in that. So when I'm trying to make a PDF out of it, most of the pages, they are coming blank. That is why it took a little while to send it to you. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let us talk about the male reproductive unit right now. Okay. Which is, what is the unit of androecium?
Stamen.
Stamen is the unit of androecium. So let us see what all parts are there in the stamen. So see, stamen,
Two
first
parts.
of all, is, okay, tell me what are the two parts?
Anther and filament something.
So the stamen, okay, it consists, write down, the stamen consists, okay, up till now you people have written or not? This much?
Yeah.
Everybody? All right. So, okay. So let's write about stamen. So you write down about stamen. It consists of two parts. It consists of two parts. Number one is the anther. Okay. Number two is the filament. Anther and filament are the two parts of the stamen. Okay. Then in the next
is
line,
the screen paused like?
yeah, the screen is paused. I'm not writing anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that is why I'm dictating. I'm not writing. Okay.
Okay,
And then
okay.
after that line, you write down the stamen produces. Okay, you write down stamen produces. Okay, the stamen produces the pollen grains. Okay, pollen grains, full stop. Then in the next line, you write the pollen grains are yellowish in color. Okay, usually the pollen grains, they are yellow in color. Okay. And do you know one thing? Like if you might have noticed that when the pollen, like you might, if you touch it, it gets stuck to your hand.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
It's known as stigma. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yellow,
just
yellow.
sticky, ma'am.
No, not
Yes, ma'am.
stigma. I'm talking about the pollen. If you, if
No,
you
ma'am.
see
I said they're sticky.
Yes,
They're
ma'am.
sticky.
yeah,
sticky.
they are sticky.
Yeah.
Yes, they are sticky. See, them being sticky is also something which is beneficial to them. For example, we went into a field. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Sticky in the sense of like, for example, I've read it just before the exam. Ma'am, the like what do you say, like the other gamete, like because from the help of wind or something, they come and stick to the pollen, right?
Oh, yeah. Animals also.
The sticky surface of pollen.
No. The transfer of like pollen grains.
Yeah, transfer of something like
Animals
that. I
and
do not
water.
remember my
Yeah,
exam.
wind also. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me speak now. Okay. See.
Something like that.
Yes, something. Both of you are right. Prizes. First prize to both of you. See.
Okay.
The pollen grains, them being sticky, has nothing to do with the wind. That is something very different. Okay. When the pollens are sticky, for example, if an animal or an insect came to sit on the flower for nectar, the pollen will get stuck onto its body, and when that insect will move on to another flower, then that pollen will be transferred. Okay, that is the reason why the pollens are sticky in nature. There is nothing in the nature that is, unnecessarily given. Everything has a purpose. Okay, all right. So these are the two parts, and now you know that. Okay, now let us talk about the female reproductive unit, which is, tell me the name. The female reproductive unit.
Ovary.
The pistil. Carpel.
All right, carpel.
Carpel, or you can also call it as pistil. Now you write down the carpel is present in the center of a flower. It is present where? So it is present in the center of a flower, and it is the female reproductive part. Okay, it is the female reproductive part, and the three parts of the carpel are stigma, style, and ovary.
Stigma, style, and ovary.
Yes, stigma, style, and ovary. Got it? Now, is this much clear to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Now see, now we know the basic structures, we know the basic things which are required in the reproduction. But again, before moving to that, let us look at some of the terminologies of the plants. See, the flowers are of very different types. Okay, so if we talk about the flowers, so the flowers, the first type of flower is unisexual flower.
And bisexual.
And then there is, yes, the bisexual flowers. Okay, there are the two types of flowers. Now, what is the meaning of unisexual?
Yeah.
Tell me.
Okay, so ma'am, bisexual is it contain like stamen and pistil.
Ma'am, unisexual are those who have only one gamete, and the bio
Yeah,
are
and bio
they
is
have both
both.
both the male and female both gametes.
Their gametes is nowhere here. No
gametes.
No gametes. Here,
Reproductive
the reproductive
organ.
part. The reproductive.
Reproductive organ.
Yes, yes. So,
Ma'am,
unisexual, yes.
मैम आप थोड़ा सा वो पीछे कर दो, मेरे को नोट्स लिखना है, डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया था. I just need to take screenshot. Done, ma'am.
So you're not writing?
No, I'm writing. Like I'll write this part later. So right now I'm like.
Okay, see, unisexual flowers are those flowers that contain either the stamen. Okay, meaning one flower will contain either the stamen or it will contain either the carpel. Okay, it will contain either of the two. One will be present. So that is unisexual flower. Okay, let us write some of the examples. So you write down the examples.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, could you please explain that style? What is style? Stigma, I know. Ovary, I know what is style.
See, stigma, style, ovary, these are the three parts of the carpel. Okay, the stigma, see, I was going to explain it later. First, you write this much. I haven't explained what each parts are. Okay.
Okay.
I've just given a basic. I'm not diving into right now. Let's give a sort of like an outline. Then we'll move on to the depth.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay?
Sure.
Yes. So if in a unisexual flower, either the stamen is present or the carpel is present. Let us look at the examples. So it is papaya. First, papaya. Watermelon. Okay, these are the two unisexual flowers. Now, talking about the bisexual. So, bisexual flowers are those flowers in which both the male and the female reproductive units are present in one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mustard.
Both of them. Yes, mustard is there, and then
and hibiscus something.
Yes, hibiscus and mustard are the two examples of
bisexual flowers.
Okay. And bisexual means both stamen and carpel in one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Got it? Is it clear to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Let us look at the, okay, has everybody written it up till now?
No.
Write it down and tell me when you're done.
Done. Done.
Okay, let's wait for the others. Are others also done?
Yes.
Ma'am, can I get the recording of this class because the screen is lagging, so I can't write it
Okay,
down.
and obviously you have missed a little part of the class also due to your internet connection, right?
Yes,
you'll
ma'am.
get the record. Okay, apart from that, let's move on to stamen. Now let's move on to the structures. Okay, so if you look at the stamen, okay, if you look at an enlarged view of a stamen, so you would find this part is the anther, okay, whereas this part is the filament. Okay, now with the help of filament, this like the whole stamen is attached to the flower. Okay, so you can say that filament sort of anchors the stamen. Okay, so filament provides anchorage. What is the meaning of anchorage? Anchorage means support. Okay,
Yeah.
so the filament provides support. You can also write support. Don't have to write.
Ma'am, is anther yellow in color like?
Mostly it varies from flower to flower, but usually the anthers, see, not all anthers are yellow in color, but some anthers are yellow. It depends
So,
from flower.
can we touch the anther and anther?
Yes, you can touch the anther. Who's stopping you?
No, not like that. Like we
Yes,
can
you can.
see it,
Yeah,
no?
you can see it. Yes, it's not
Okay,
microscopic. You can see it with your naked eye. It's fine. Okay, and anther. What is the function of anther? So anther, it produces the pollen grain.
It produces a pollen.
Okay. Now you must know that the pollen grains are the male gametes of the flower. Okay, you can mention that in your notes also, that pollen grains are the male gametes. Okay, then only like one male gamete will fuse with the female gamete, then only the zygote will be formed, isn't it?
Yeah.
So is this part clear? You people can note this down.
Clear, very clear.
Okay, very good. All right. Shall I move forward now? You people are writing.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Have others also like completed writing it down?
Yes, sir.
All right. Then let's talk about the carpel or the pistil. Okay. Now, it's hard to draw with a digitizer, okay? But don't judge. For a beautiful picture, you can look into your books. Okay, now see, this part. Okay, the landing part of the female reproductive organ is your stigma, not the plant stigma. Okay, the landing part. Okay, then this is a long portion that leads to the ovary part. So that is your style. Okay, and finally this portion that would contain the egg cell. Okay, this is known as the ovary. Okay, so stigma, style, ovary, these are the three parts, and you write down about them. First, you write down about the ovary. Ovary is swollen. You can see that it is swollen from the base, isn't it?
It produces egg.
So ovary is the swollen bottom part. Okay, ovary is the swollen bottom part of the carpel. Okay, write down. Ovary is the swollen bottom part of the carpel. Swollen bottom part of the carpel. Then you write style is the middle elongated part of the carpel. Style is the middle elongated part of carpel. And then stigma. It is stigma, you can say it is the terminal landing part of the terminal part of carpel. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. Now, you can say here, okay, write down one point saying that ovary encloses the ovule. Okay, ovary encloses the ovule.
Can you show for the stigma?
The ovary encloses the ovule.
Ma'am, in stigma, can we write that it's a sticky part if we don't remind? Like if we don't remind that terminal and also can we write that is a sticky part of the plant?
Stigma?
Yeah.
Stigma is not the sticky part of the plant.
What is the then?
You're not audible, dear. Can you speak a little clearly so that I can hear you?
Mom, then what is the sticky part of the plant?
Pollen. Pollens are the sticky part. Stigma is not sticky. Stigma is sort of a landing surface. It is just there. Pollens would come and land on it. Stigma
so
is
what's
not
sticking what's stick in a hand when we touch it?
The stigma does not stick. Stigma does not, like, it doesn't stick. It sometimes is hairy, but the stigma never sticks. Whatever, like, the sticky portion is, it may be the pollen which sticks on. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, stigma never sticks. It's just for the land. It's sort of like, just imagine it like a runway or sort of like an airport, like the plane lands there. Same way the pollens land here. Okay.
Ma'am, you know what? Today I was having test and I wrote stigma is the sticky part.
Today in your test, you wrote stigma is the sticky part.
Yes, ma'am.
So pollens are the sticky.
Okay. कौन चेक कर रहे हैं? 2 क्वेश्चन थे, मैडम ने ऐसे ही गए दिखाने के लिए टीचर.
Okay, and apart from that, see, even if you did write that stigma is sticky, it's right, nobody will cut marks for that. See, sometimes the stigma can be sticky and sometimes it may not. Okay, so your answer is not wrong. But if in the whole like the plant's body, if you want to say that something is sticky, so that will definitely be the pollen. Okay, but even if you write that the terminal part stigma is sticky, it's fine. Nobody will cut marks. Okay. You won't, like, your marks won't be deducted. All right.
Ma'am, in boards also?
Yeah, you can write. It's fine.
Okay.
Now the ovary encloses the ovule. Okay. Meaning this part here inside is the ovule. Okay. And yes, one more thing right now, that if you are writing the answers in the exam, wherever possible, okay, draw diagrams. For example, if somebody, you got write short notes on female reproductive part, draw this, okay? And while you're drawing this, the labeling should be on one side, not like this, okay? Like if you are doing it at the right-hand side, then all the labels would come at the right-hand side. None of it will go here. Like this is completely wrong, okay? You will have to write every labeling over to the right-hand side if you have started from the right-hand side. Is it clear?
If it's not given in books, so then?
See, for those, topics where there is no diagram, then don't draw diagram. But for those topics where the diagram is given in the book, just draw a rough diagram, label it. And whenever you're drawing a diagram, you write below it figure and whatever you have drawn. So you've drawn carpel, so you write carpel. Okay. So that the teacher will know what you have drawn. So see, if for example, you have written an answer and your answer is like making 80% sense to the teacher, or the teacher likes it 80% out of 100%. Now, if you have given the diagram along with the proper answer, not rubbish, proper answer, then the teacher will definitely give you marks, because diagrams are first of all attractive if you draw it nicely, and then it shows that you have understood it very nicely. Okay. Got it?
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. So it means that whenever here also, if in a test, if you have any test and you will get asked, draw, like write something, like write short notes or write long notes or whatever, draw the diagram wherever possible. Okay. And take this advice up till your whole life, like up till you're studying science.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, right now you'll give 10th boards, then you'll give 12th boards, isn't it? And after that, you'll do like some of you maybe go for NEET, or some of you will join colleges or whatever. But wherever possible, draw a diagram. This is like one piece of advice I'm giving you. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. So with that being said, we have discussed the different parts today. Okay. And then in the next class, we'll discuss the whole mechanism. Also, Karishma, when is your exam? Listen, when is your exam?
It's on 6.
6.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'll see about that. Maybe I'll arrange an extra class for you. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Because the time for today's class is over. Okay. That is why I'm saying.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. Your exam is on 6th, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we still have time for that. Okay. All right. So does anybody have any doubts up till now?
No, ma'am. Ma'am, questions.
What question?
Ma'am, question answer you'll ask.
Yeah,
no, not right now. Let me complete the chapter.
Ma'am, please.
No, she
Ma'am,
said
please.
like at the end of the chapter. At the end of the chapter.
Yeah.
हाँ तो चैप्टर खत्म हो गया, आज ही शुरू किया, आज ही खत्म हो जाता.
मैम फिर अभी पूछ लो ना क्वेश्चन इसी से रिलेटेड.
इतना नहीं तड़पते हम लोग.
हाँ?
I said इतना नहीं तड़पते हम लोग क्वेश्चन के लिए.
अरे मैम वो एग्जाम में कहीं पे आ जाए तो इसलिए, और कुछ नहीं है.
ओके सी, मेरे को थोड़ा पढ़ा तो लेने दो अच्छे से, तब ना क्वेश्चन पूछूंगी. अभी रहने दो, अभी क्लास में
मैम मेरे को where are you from? I from like
UP.
Who's from UP?
Ma'am is from I am from UP.
So you're from UP. And Abdullah,
Yeah.
you're from?
Ma'am, are you from Mumbai or something? Because like मेरे को
Bangalore, right? Ma'am, Bangalore. You're from Bangalore, right?
Yeah, Bangalore, Bangalore.
Yes, ma'am.
No, I'm not. I'm not from Bangalore. I'm not from Mumbai. I'm from Delhi. I'm not from Mumbai or
Delhi?
Bangalore. Yes.
But I don't.
Oh, actually.
But I don't live there.
You don't live. Okay, so no, what's your origin? What's your origin?
Delhi.
Delhi,
right
both.
now,
And you came also Delhi.
Huh?
Your origin is Delhi, and like you're currently staying also in Delhi, right?
No, I don't live in Delhi.
So where do you live?
I live in Patna.
Patna, Bihar.
Bihar, okay.
Yes, ma'am. वो पास में ही है.
Bihar, okay.
Yes, ma'am. UP, Bihar, Uttarakhand, और yeah.
Okay,
Bihari
bas.
Ma'am,
Okay.
Bihari Babu.
Yes, okay. So this is it for today's class. Is there anything subject related that you people want to ask me? Apart from where I live and all?
Ma'am, one question. Ma'am, it's all about flower. Wait a minute, I just need to check.
Speak clearly.
Ma'am, I have one question.
What is the question?
Just a second.